Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I will recap and review on Taxi Driver Season 2, Episode 11 and 12. First, I will recap for Episode 11 and 12. Warning, spoiler alert. The drama starts with the trio sibling at the funeral hall crying over Doki's death. The trio looked devastated as ever. Hajun, whom attended the funeral, looked at Doki's picture and asked whom the mastermind that ruined his business. Hajun then had a phone call with Hyunju, which confirmed Hyunju planted the bomb at Doki's taxi. Hajun also beat someone inside the punching bag with his mouth stuffed with pen drive. During the funeral, the organization minion took photo of the guests and collecting fingerprint from the trash to find the supposed to be Rainbow Team mastermind. The team waited at the basement HQ and Doki and his deluxe taxi went down. Then we got to see what happened at the night where there was a noise interference. Doki had a hunch and immediately exited the car. While Goon went towards the burned car, Doki grabbed and pushed her aside. The trio, relieved to see Doki safe and freaked out, Seo Jang immediately calmed down after realized nobody hurt. Doki, Goon, Kyung Gu, and Jeon checked on the taxi and found TNT residue. To find the culprit, they faked Doki's funeral and tried to find suspicious people. While our trio sibling was inside the funeral hall, Doki stayed at the call van. They even caught on Hajun and Hyunju minions. Doki decided to follow one of the organization member car outside the funeral hall and reached to the Black Sun Club. Not only the trio been washed, Seojang that carried the fake Doki's ashes also been followed. Hajun and Hyunju met and Hyunju confirmed that no one suspicious did attend the funeral. Hajun still didn't feel satisfied, but then Hyunju told Hajun that their bishop asked Hajun to stop what he's been doing. Then bunch of people entered the room to have a talk with the bishop. At the taxi company, Hajun left his resignation letter. On his way back, he bumped into CEO Jang. He even told CEO Jang that CEO Jang was the first person who genuinely kind to him. He wished CEO Jang for healthy life and even indicated that CEO Jang kindness saved CEO Jang's life. Hajun looked at Doki altar at the taxi company and pointed out it felt weird without him. Back at the underground HQ, Gon found out that the stranger at Doki's funeral were guard at the club that Doki went. Seo Jang showed them Hajun's resignation letter. He also pointed out that Hajun did act suspicious and he even faked his resume. They even couldn't contact him anymore. The member went to the Black Sun Club. The duo engineer first attempt to enter failed as they look ridiculous, plus they need to buy the seat with an agent first. While the duo engineer created chaos outside, Doki tried another entrance. Doki found a back door and saw a journalist was beaten badly. Doki came to save him but got scolded by the journalist instead. Doki and Goon went for a suit shopping. The team purchased a table at the club. The agent noticed that it was the first time for Doki to came to the club based on his outfit. He even got mistook as a guard by Madam Young. Doki and the agent had a conversation about the hierarchy inside the club itself. Gon felt dumbfounded by how expensive their VVIP set was. When his agent left, Doki tried to snoop upstairs, but the guard held him out. Doki then tried to be friends with one of the VIP members whom actually an idol group members. With the help of Gon, Doki managed to act as if he was a trainee with Victor, the idol. Doki saw a bunch of minors enter the club and reported it to the police. He then entered one of the VIP rooms. Doki hid when the head guard came and beat other guard that Doki beat before. Doki then got caught as his agent wanted to use the bathroom, where he hid. Doki pretended to accidentally enter the room and left. Gon pointed to the duo engineer about how weird the police didn't enter the club even though Doki made the report on minor entering the club. Doki phone rang and he got caught by the head guard for reported about the minor to police. Doki was beaten outside without the police interference. The head guard called the police to arrest Doki instead. Seojang met with someone whom is a bomb expert to identify the source of the explosion on the deluxe taxi. The guy pointed out the explosion in the deluxe taxi was similar to the one that used by the police. At the police station, the police accused Doki for damaging property and also denied receiving any report from him. The police even added another charge, which was molesting a club employee. Doki then sent into a jail. The trio then saw a private ambulance parked in front of the club. Instead of taking a patient, it took the minor table side. The head guard cancelled Windy, aka Doki agent, reservations since she let the minor in. Windy was in berserk as she lost her money and customer. She started to attack the head guard. Black Sun chief came to stop her. It was the head guard that called the police to add a new charge to Doki. The journalist ended up took Doki out from the jail. The journalist gave Doki video of a woman who supposedly report on Doki, which gave Doki alibi that he didn't molest her. Doki asked Youngmin, the journalist, his intention when he got beaten in the roof. Youngmin didn't want to answer it and even advised Doki to stay away from Black Sun. The team discussed on the ridiculousness of the event that they just witnessed. Doki pointed out that the club has a lot to hide. The club had several owners, but they're just a figurehead, and there are no ways to know who's the true owner. Doki then decided to re-enter the club. Victor met with Hyunju and drank with him. He even invited Hyunju to a private island party. Black Sun Chief went to ask signature from Hyunju to confirm the sale revenue. Hyunju even thanked Victor for promoting the club. It turned out that Hyunju was in fact the owner of the club. The engineer involved with Doki kidnapped several Black Sun guards to make it seem that they quit suddenly. The chief needed to find a new guard and went to a gym. Doki was at the gym and showed off his fighting skill. The chief was impressed with Doki and decided to hire him. The head guard shocked to see Doki in the club. Doki made up some excuse for reporting the minor. Doki went for briefing with some ridiculous rules to take on. Windy came at the briefing just to make fun of the head chief. They got into a banter with each other. Madam Young came and seems to take interest at Doki. Doki met with the trio to discuss more about the case, but changed his demeanor immediately when the head guard came to him. The head guard told Doki that he was needed to guard the wine as per Madam Young's request. While entering the VVIP room, Doki saw Madam Young on the phone. Madam Young was on call with Hajun. Doki then been called by the other guards and forced him to swap their number. Hajun and Doki almost bumped into each other when Doki went downstairs to do the delivery. It turned out that Doki needed to drive a car with unconscious woman in it. Madam Young was pissed off when he saw number 9 it was not Doki. Hajun stopped Madam Young's anger by trying to entertain her. Hajun picked 3 people to fight him. Hajun and Madam Young play a betting game where Hajun easily beat all the 3 guards just for Madam Young's entertainment. Hajun then asked Madam Young to grant his wish as he won the battle. Doki drove the car to the hotel and suddenly realized someone did follow him. Doki asked Goon to check on the owner of the car that followed him, and it turned out to be Yongmin. Doki changed the route and had a car chase scene with Yongmin. While Yongmin's car almost got hit by the truck of doom, Doki pushed his car away. Both guards tried to assault Yongmin, but Yongmin was helped by Doki. Both Doki and Yongmin brought the woman to the hospital. Yongmin told Doki that he suspected that the woman got drugged and brought to hotel to get assault. He even said that the police was on it too. The nurse confirmed that there was a drug on the woman's system and called the police to report it. Yongmin was shocked and furious about it. The woman then been taken by the police. Yongmin felt frustrated and left. Doki went back to the car and pretended to faint out. Doki met Yongmin at his house. Yongmin told Doki the story about his friend Choi Sung-hoon that reported to commit suicide. Yongmin feels guilty for this as a year ago he approached Sang-hoon to investigate about the Black Sun. Sang-hoon did found something inside the Black Sun and called Yongmin about it, but said that he wanted to dig more. The next day he found to be dead by suicide. The police even claimed that he has a lot of debt, but Yongmin retaliated, saying that Sungmin was upright and claimed he was murdered. Yongmin found out that the pen he gave to Sang-hoon was missing and tried to find it. While trying to dig further, he got framed as someone who took bribe. Yongmin even willingly to get killed by the guards in order for the case to reopen. Doki saw frustrated Yongmin and left the deluxe taxi cab. The member then discussed whether to take the case since it was too risky for Doki. Doki, on the other hand, wanted to help Yongmin as he believed that they were after the same person. Seojang agreed with both opinions, then told them that he wanted to help Yongmin as helping victims like Yongmin was the reason why Rainbow Team exists. All of them, including reluctantly Goon, agreed to take this case. Yongmin chose to get his revenge and the deluxe taxi start its service. Before I start my review, I want to retract back my previous review that I said Doki knew about Hajun, because after watching these two episodes, I'm not really sure about it. So, with that put aside, let me give my review here. Overall, I hate these two episodes. Why? Because it reminds me of Burning Sun case. The fact that the real life Victor scot free and only received a slap on the wrist for the awful thing that he done. But on the light note, the writer literally called out everyone that involved in the Burning Sun case. I mean, Victor, literally the meaning of that guy's stage name. Madam Young remind you about some other young that also got involved. They even use a story of police officer who found to commit suicide after investigate a case on a nightclub that related to the Burning Sun. And Doki also got framed after reporting to the police, was the same as the whistleblower story. You can look up how F up the Burning Sun case is. I think I still need to wait for next week to see how they tackle this story. Now I just want to review and give my opinion on these few points that caught my attention while watching the episode 11 and 12. I'm totally disappointed that it's so anticlimactic plot point. I really wish that the Rainbow Team didn't know that Doki faked his death and worked just four of them to catch the assailant, while Doki helped them in shadow without the Rainbow Team knowledge. It gave them more character development since even Seojang got his screen time less in the season. It also will make the Rainbow Team more confident and focused and not only rely on Doki only, because all this time the Rainbow Team were totally and fully rely on Doki. So if they could work with just four of them, it make it better for their character development and also the Rainbow Team maturity. This one I really need to complain. What the heck the writer think? I mean, Doki's supposed to be dead. But instead of hiding Doki, they send him to the enemy lair. Then using the typical drama plot ever, which Doki almost got caught by Hajun but not really. Not only that, the almost caught plot is lame. It showed that the trio siblings didn't do their job well. I mean, they're supposed to do the surveillance. So why didn't they warn Doki when Hajun entered the club? Seeing Hajun at the Black Sun will confirm his role even more. Because of that, I wish that instead of Doki, they should send Goon instead. While sending Goon, Doki and the duo engineer could be Goon eyes or like a hidden knight if they saw someone try to drug or doing something shady at her. Even Goon already proved herself good at fighting during episode 8. Sending Goon even more sense since Goon was young. She was 23 or 24. I guess, and it was suspicious for her at her age to go to the club. I mean, Doki is even older than Jiyoon. For that age to go to the club is a bit suspicious, right? Will also give more rules to go in instead of just stay on the call van. And like I said before, it also will make them not rely 100% to Doki since he is in a really not good condition since he is supposed to be dead. And on my previous episode 7 and 8 review, I wanted to do Hajun character arc theory, but I didn't have that time, so I'm sorry. But I still wanted to talk about Hajun arc for these two episodes, episode 11 and 12. I really wanted to talk about these two scenes that caught my attention.
예전에 제가 사고 내고 들어왔을 때 기억나세요? 그때 혼내지 않고 따뜻하게 대해주신 거 좋았어요. 살면서 나를 그렇게 대해준 사람이 대표님이 처음이었던 것 같네요. 그 잠깐의 오해가 대표님을 살렸어요.
For some reason, I have a great sympathy for him. Seeing how Hyunju and Madam Young treat him, I do have a feeling that he was abused a lot when he was a kid. Hajun probably flustered and deep down thankful to Seojang for giving Hajun affection. But I guess he already deep into the darkness that it's almost impossible for him to turn into a good person. I guess sometimes you could actually feel sorry for a well-written, complex villain. The second scene that I want to point out is this.
어쩜 좋아. 아, 너무 맛있어.
I really applaud Shin Jae-ha acting for this. Hajun looked at Madam Yang with spiteful eyes and obviously did not enjoy the fact that he need to entertain that pervert woman. I guess he was a puppet for these witches and really hate it. Because of these two interesting scenes here, I wish that the writer didn't screw up his character. After watching these two episodes, I can confidently say that they will be the end game, unless the writer wanted to kill either of them, which sound unlikely since Lee Jae-hoon did point the possibility of season 3. This is
괜찮아요?
뭐 좀 긁혔나?
좀 많이 아플 것 같은데.
김동기사.
this scene actually shocked me to the core. I almost believed that Doki wanted to touch Go-eun's face instead. This made me wonder, is this Doki or Lee Jae-hoon? We already know about Go-eun's feeling, but never Doki's. However, this episode kinda confirmed, at least to me, Doki feeling towards Go-eun, especially with their exchange during Doki's fake funeral. Doki even gave Go-eun a plushie to keep her company inside the call van. This is not how your siblings act with each other. Another thing is, Go-eun even developed more trust towards Doki. Remember in episode 6, Go-eun adamant to save Doki, but here she started to put her trust on Doki's judgment. She's even agreed to take the Youngmin case after got reassurance from Doki. To me, these two episodes totally make interesting development for both Go-eun and Doki relationship. I wonder how and why Doki got drugged in the next episode teaser. I believe that his tag got a camera because there is a hole in his number tag. When Go-eun and Doki in the middle of the road, who will save them? My guess is, if not the Rainbow Team, it will be Kim Yong-min, whom will sacrifice himself for Doki just as Doki did for him when he almost get hit by the Thought of Doom in the episode 12. Okay, that's all my recap and review for episode 11 and 12. Do subscribe, like, and comment, and see you guys on the next video. Bye!